Only one way to begin this week, and we got to get to a pressing issue. Did Two Turn Tony and Ski Mask Girl break up? So I've been following them, of course, on TikTok, and of course they were always making content together. If you are a follower of his, you know exactly what we're talking about. But now it's like you never see them together. And like, I don't know, is it a messy breakup? But she's still hiding her face, which is odd to me.
The last I've heard of Two Turn Tony was he started an OnlyFans. And
really, did he?
Money to pay his sister's college tuition.
Hey, there you go. Isn't Harry Jowsey the number one male OnlyFans person? I believe he is touted.
I don't know. Wouldn't surprise me. Tyga was on OnlyFans at one point. He was putting out like sex tapes on there.
Hey.
Yeah, maybe she's like built kind of her own brand, and she just used him as like a lift off. And is like,
sure, but it's a brand totally based on no one knowing who you are. Like literally, that's what's crazy, and she's kept it up.
That's like Marshmallow.
Right, true, exactly. I don't know if she's a DJ, but I wonder like if it was, what if it went sour? Like, good God, they could, I guess, ruin each other. Who knows? But one of the pressing questions there for Hollywood's newest couple. Did you get Top Gun Maverick broke the box office record for what was it, in Memorial Day or something, like opening weekend? It was crazy. Tom Cruise still well past 60, just making the same movies and cashing in. I heard it was incredible though.
I heard it was really good too.
Yeah, apparently it's fire.
No, America's back, baby. Apparently it's Miles Teller's getting a lot of buzz right now for his performance in that. I mean, shit. So you guys haven't seen it? I might have to get out to the theater again.
I want to get out to the theater and see it. Miles Teller beefed up for that role too. He put on some muscle.
Did you guys have you guys seen the old Top Gun? Sorry to interject there.
No, you're good.
I actually just watched it for the first time 2 weekends ago.
Does it hold up?
It was good.
Yeah.
I've seen it a while ago. I was just gonna say that the Miles Teller beefing up, he said that Tom Cruise had them on this crazy regimen. Like you were always either eating protein or working out on set. You weren't doing anything else.
Wasn't this the film that they were filming? Because it was done like 2 years ago and they just waited through the pandemic because they wanted a full theater. And I guess that bet paid off. But wasn't this where Tom Cruise like got caught on a tape, like berating someone for breaking COVID protocols? It was probably Miles Teller.
Probably Tom Cruise. He's fucking crazy.
Yeah. Like he's so like wanted to be so real that like I watched this interview with Miles Teller, and Miles Teller was talking about how, well, first off, they rented fighter jets from the US government for $11,000 an hour while they filmed that. And they had like some of the top pilots like take them up there and like got them like comfortable enough to like fly a fighter jet on their own, which is fucking insane thinking about a civilian like flying a fighter jet.
Yeah, and Tom Cruise notoriously does all his stunts. So like he you bet your ass he was like, no, I'm fucking flying that thing. He's like, I'm gonna be
he said Tom's biggest thing was the G-force test, like when like with how fast you go, if your like body can withstand that pressure. And he said Tom was always like up it.
Kill me. He just keeps going. So I have not seen the old Top Gun. I might have to throw it on my list. So it's basically just what like what's the plot? Just got fighter pilots like in a hero plot kind of.
Yeah, they're like boys. Goose and Mav.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that broke records, of course. I don't think this will be breaking any records. Are you going to see Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey Horror? Did you see that? It's the horror film take on Winnie the Pooh.
Was that real? I literally could not tell if that was real.
I think dead ass that is real.
Dude, is that Disney?
No way, no. It might be M. Night Shyamalan.
Well, like who owns the rights is what I'm saying. That's like surprising if there is a rights thing with Winnie.
Yeah, I don't know. And how does it like,
When I originally saw it, it was like something about how no one like officially owns the rights to Winnie, or like if the rights weren't renewed or something like that, which doesn't make sense to me. Like, how does Disney forget to like renew like something that's that big?
I have a feeling that it's probably one of those things that maybe was used early on as like leverage, like, oh yeah, we'll sell a Winnie Pooh stock or something. Yeah. Who knows?
There's apparently a trailer out now, so I'm gonna have to peep that later. It's a minute long.
What was it? What was it called? Winnie Pooh and what?
Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey Horror. HORROR. Yes, Brennan's been to a movie theater where I almost left because I don't do scary movies. I think we saw Paranormal Activity or something in high school. I literally had I had a popcorn bag in front of my face the entire thing. Yeah, here are the nightmare fuel images. I mean, bro, come on.
It looks like The Purge, except like
who's
like
the clown?
Yeah.
It or whatever. Like it kind of resembles that too.
I'll for sure watch it if it actually comes out.
It's giving me like a Trolls 2 vibe. Isn't that like statistically the worst fucking movie ever created?
I don't know. I've never seen it.
I'm pretty sure Cats is. Where like James Corden is like a cat.
Trolls is in the animation film?
What'd you say, sir?
Trolls as in the animation?
No, it's literally like a low budget Trolls 2. Like it's so bad. Like I think it's literally panned as the worst. It's so bad it's good. One of those movies, but it's not good. Amber Heard found guilty of defamation. That is hard to prove. Like good God, she got some money too, because apparently at first I read it as holy shit. Amber Heard and her lawyers defamed Johnny Depp. I was like, damn, this dude won going away. But I guess both got some money. Johnny Depp a little bit more, or overwhelmingly more money. And what'd you guys think of the ending of the trial after the jury deliberation? Because you're getting, we failed Amber Heard. And I'm saying, nah, that chick was straight up fucking lying. Like, I think she played herself out of, again, I guess benefit of the doubt, but she thought she was going to win America over in this hugely public trial. Millions of people are watching it. It was reported and streamed it. And I thought she looked flat out just like a liar.
I agree. And this might be a stupid question, but I know she has Johnny Depp is awarded like $15 million. But when you're found guilty of that, do you have is there the potential to do any sort of jail time or anything?
No, I think isn't it a civil suit? And
it's a civil suit.
Right.
It would be if he was suing her for he would have to press charges.
But usually those don't have juries, right? Or maybe I'm wrong on that. Like imagine if just Sean Watson, who just got another case labeled against her, what if that went to a jury, which we all got to see? That'd be fucking nuts.
You're right. They typically don't do juries, but I think in this case they were like, we need to get, I don't know, more unbiased, I guess.
I hated how she was only looking at the jury. Every question she was just, yeah, well, I mean, it's like, hey, the person asking you a question is probably who you should talk to. But
then her lawyer in the closing arguments said that to the jury that this would be doing a disservice to abuse victims everywhere. To find her guilty.
They almost played off the narrative. They saw those people, and again, if that was accurate. Again, more power to her. But as it was laid out in a court of law, I'm no lawyer, I'm no truth seeker that I could tell. But I was just like, wait a second, this, what are you doing, shitting in a bed?
They almost struck it from the record. Which another thing is that I've never understood is how they strike things from the record.
It's forget that.
It's you already heard it. So but and then another thing I thought was funny was that he is really into heavy metal music now, and he's touring with this low grade heavy metal band. So he didn't even show up to the verdict She showed up. He's touring in like England or something right now.
Heady play.
All our move.
Yeah.
Just call me. Let me know what happens.
Dudes with fucking Slipknot right now.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, I mean, good God. I
Like,
mean,
hey,
good for him.
$15 million.
Yeah, hey, wire that to my bank account. Hey, good for him for fighting for, his image, which was defamed. So, good on that. But just a mess. Yeah, millions of people streamed watch it. People were captivated by it. It was crazy. I don't know if this was real, but I saw like one of those guys, like the paparazzi who's like, hey, Bryce, or any celebrities always asking them questions. He's like, hey, Camilla, are you dating Johnny Depp? Or Camille? I was like, no way. They can't be dating Johnny Depp's lawyer.
I actually did see a headline about that.
Right.
That I think it was clickbait, but if they were dating or not.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be wouldn't you have to throw the case out of court for that reason alone?
I actually watched Curse of the Black Pearl, Pirates of the Caribbean this past weekend for the first time in forever. And
really?
It's fire.
Still fire. I was gonna say, because I'm worried about seeing Avatar because I was in awe of that movie as kind of like a kid, since it's been so long. So I wonder if I'll still be in awe.
I mean, yeah, he played Jack Sparrow's just the GOAT. So it's
great character.
Yeah.
The Mona Lisa gets smeared with cake by a man dressed as an elderly woman in a wheelchair. I thought this was The Onion. But no, this actually happened. It was so the Mona Lisa's fine. There's a of course there has to be a protective casing, but these climate people, hey, we get it. They're going to some crazy lengths. At least he's not lighting himself on fire, but
it was a climate change protest.
Yeah.
There's another guy who lit himself on fire, but I forget where. But I think in similar protest.
I feel like if you live in France, which the dude sounded French, I'm pretty sure someone can correct me if it was a different language, but wouldn't you know that there's a protective covering on the Mona Lisa? Isn't the Louvre something you go to if you live there?
Or you get there and you're like, God, I'm already dressed as an old woman in a wheelchair. I've come too far. I've got to put this cake somewhere. I'm just gonna do it. Yeah, that was crazy. Are you guys I was notoriously hated museums growing up. Are you guys museum guys that are art? Good God, art.
I'm really not. No.
Yeah.
They're all right. Depends what it is.
Have you been to the Smithsonian?
I have, yeah. In Washington, and the one in DC.
Yeah, that's what I've hit those with my aunt, and I think I am a museum guy, or some sort of specific museums, like the Science Center in St. Louis is low key awesome. So
St. Louis has some fire museums. The City Museum is obviously the go-to. I mean,
are we including zoos too? Are we talking walk around things or
no?
What?
Zoos are great. I like zoos. I was just saying museums. I guess depending on the museum, that's a good point. I do actually like the Arch Museum. I think that's pretty decent.
City Museum's sick. I went to a bar mitzvah there, and it was the best party.
I was like, okay, I would go to a museum every single time if it was the City Museum. But I was never a big art guy, so I mean, I always resonated with that, or didn't resonate.
I remember I saw one art thing with my grandma, and the whole time she just kind of was being respectful during the whole thing, but kind of just nodding or kind of shaking her head, and at the end she just goes, if you don't understand something, just label it art and then move on.
Yeah, label it Andy Warhol. I mean, modern
Dylan,
art.
I feel like you'd like Cooperstown, if you consider that a museum. The Hall of Fame.
What is that?
Baseball Hall of Fame.
Oh, I've been to Cooperstown. Yeah, I eat that shit up. I've been to the Basketball Hall of Fame. I think I've been to all three. But even still, it's kind of just, I don't know what that works.
I went through Nashville's Music Hall of Fame, and
that'd be cool.
Honestly,
I've been to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool.
I guess we are museum people.
I've been to Stonehenge. I like a good kind of, I want you to tell me, I want to have a guided tour almost, one of those things where I'm walking and it's press this button to here, etc.
Sure.
But it better not be long. I'm telling you that much. Shout out St. Louis, Jayson Tatum. He is in the NBA Finals. So that's pretty damn awesome. I wish St. Louis had an NBA team. It seems like a no-brainer to me. I know they used to, but here was where it got a little bit weird. I get it. We all like Kobe Bryant. He texted Kobe Bryant, I got this.
I don't know.
And then had to, maybe you do that and it's a nice honorary to a friend. And then you post about it. And it's like, wait a second, what is phone is disconnected? What did that do?
And it just looked so staged because it's like they were so close. He definitely had text with him before that. And that was just like
it was his first text in 5 years.
Yeah. Like they were like homies. Like
right.
I don't know.
Did he tweet it himself? Like how did it get out?
Yes, he put it out himself. He either on Instagram or on Twitter. He was wearing the sweatband too, which looked very odd on a Celtics uniform, like the purple and gold with 24. But
I was just gonna say, if he has someone who like does his Twitter for him at all, then I get why it was done. But if it's him behind the keyboard, then I don't really like that play. But that's
right. Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
he's the GOAT.
If you text him, that's cool. That's separate.
Right.
But don't publicize it, kind of thing.
I agree. I think it's something you keep to yourself. Like,
yeah.
At that point, it's kind of just like clout chasing.
Well, regardless, I hope he whoops Wardell Curry's ass.
Yeah, no, I actually like the Celtics, but who knows? That should be a hell of a series. It starts tomorrow when this comes out. Okay, last a couple things for me. We've got the tea with Jack D and his return, and then we've got a debut segment, which is going to change the podcast game, and that'll be at the end of it. But we have to get to the Brittany Griner latest. Joey is pushing for more Brittany Griner coverage. She's still not home. We could be the only media outlet to actually cover Brittany Griner. What are this week's thoughts as she's still ripped away from us? No further thoughts.
Dude, it's pretty unfortunate and she just kind of got fucked.
Wait, Jack, what did you say that they Russia tried to negotiate that we had to let go?
Putin was like, all right. Putin was like, give Victor Balasa or something. He's like, give us him back and we'll give Brittany Griner back. And he's literally one of the most notorious arms dealers in Russia's history.
Like the most dangerous man on the planet.
There's a Nick Cage movie called Lord of War that is actually like pretty good for a Nick Cage movie. And it's based off this dude's life. And he deals guns, like all guns.
IMDb rating of a 7.6, by the way.
There you go.
Pretty good IMDb rating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But dude, I feel it sucks because I was reading into it because I was interested. Apparently WNBA players go over and play in Russia because
they get paid so much
more here. Yeah, they get paid so much more. So she's just over there trying to make money, and she's got some weed cartridges, probably because she's like hurt all the time because she's a WNBA player. Like not like that. She's played for years. Like she's probably just trying to relax.
No, and what's
locked up.
Yeah, no kidding. Like, this isn't America's prisons are bad, but this is like a Russian prison or detention center, which God only knows what. But yeah, it's like what's also crazy is she plays in the WNBA and then during her off season basically goes for a second job and gets more of her money there.
No way. I didn't know that.
Oh, it's crazy.
That's wild.
Yeah, so free Brittany Griner.
Remember when Brittany Griner said that she could take who was it? Boogie Cousins and again one-on-one.
Yeah, that's all right. Remember when she could dunk?
She should have to play him one-on-one to get out of prison.
Yeah, Putin or Cousins. She would cross.
She should have to play Cousins.
Yeah, there you go. You got to fight for freedom. Yeah. Where are you guys at with Travis Scott? I feel like he's ever since Astro World, he's kind of kept a low profile. The only reason I thought of this was because I was at a brewery before a Twins game that I kid you not had to have been a Travis Scott Power Hour. Like it was just song after song, whether he was featured in it, pick up the phone came on, and it was another just one after the other Travis Scott. But hey, where's the new music? Is he trying to let all the dust simmer?
He's still releasing his new album. I don't know if it's supposed to be this year, but it's called Utopia. It's been a while since he's released something. Yeah. So hopefully that comes out this year.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's letting the controversy die down from.
Sure. And he's obviously still fire. Like I was listening to his old songs and I was like, okay, yeah, this is still a fucking slapper.
Yeah, I've always thought his music was awesome.
Yeah.
I've loved Travis Scott.
I work out to a lot of them, but I think he's definitely laying low. And I might be wrong, but I thought I heard that since the concert, he's done a lot of, I don't know, either donations or tried to like do things to make things right. Yeah. And I guess there's only so much you can do, but either way, it's like, all right, he's moving behind the scenes. He's trying to do good. So we'll see. But like, for the most part, his music's fire. I agree.
Did you guys do anything? We welcome in June. Summer's full throttle. That we're already thinking about wedding season next year is going to be a hell of a drive for us in the middle of a weekend. Missouri on what? Is that a Friday, Saturday, or a Saturday, Sunday that we're going to deal with?
That's a Friday, Saturday.
Okay. Yeah. So Friday in STL or near STL, and then Saturday in Hot Springs, and back on Sunday. Love it. Did you guys do anything for Memorial Day? Any big Dallas, Mizzou, anything? Like, yeah. How was it? Busy as fuck?
It was pretty funny. I drove home on Friday. My weekend was I was all over the place, but the bridge, like the Grand Glaze Bridge that you drive over, which I drive over every day. The season's slowly been coming upon us, and like as it's been getting nicer, there's a couple boats out here and there, especially on Fridays. There's a couple boats. Well, on Memorial Day, you look right and left, and there's like 20 boats each side, and I'm just like, oh, it is already hitting us. It's like Thursday night actually that I noticed it, and then basically the weekend was wild. I didn't hear of anything too crazy. I'm sure there was some like boat like craziness or accidents on the water, I'm sure, but for the most part, it's great. Dudes came down here, we basically fished and drank, and that's did lake things. So.
Memorial Day well spent. I had the in-laws in town, so I pretty much laid low and I got my new sprinkler system. So fire.
I celebrated my grandma's 90th in St. Louis, so that was fucking
that's right. How about did you guys go to the casino? You had to have, right?
No, we didn't. I'm surprised.
How do you not go? Do you think, did she hit the slots after?
So see, that's a me and her thing. Like my mom gets so mad when she goes to the casino because she's like gambled away all her money.
Sure.
Especially if she takes you.
My mom had the party for her, and she's like, she's not gonna recommend.
She's gonna dip. Yeah.
All right, I'm out. Thanks for the cake. I'm going to the River City.
Hear this out though. Like my Darian's like grandma, she always hit the casino, and I'm sure, do people recognize your grandmother?
She's got regulars.
Yeah, some of the workers do.
Yeah. So same thing happened where when she finally passed, the head casino like manager like reached out and was like, "Oh, we loved her so much. Blah blah blah. We'd love to like have you guys have like this ballroom thing," but like we ended up having this like reception to her funeral at the casino, and did we all just went and gambled, and we're like, she'd be loving this, right?
Someone gets a jackpot, she's looking down on you. God,
some people won, most of us lost.
My grandma's is going to be in the customer service section of Kohl's.
Raining down Kohl's points on you.
Jeff City Kohl's is going to have a fucking shrine to her in the home ec department. I'm not kidding.
There you go. Let's get caught up on the latest tea as Jack D's with us.
All right. We already talked about Johnny Depp. Canada, in an effort to try to stop people from doing drugs, follow me here, are decriminalizing cocaine and MDMA for 3 years to see if
it's test.
If it's gonna make people do it less. So,
dude, I wonder, like, isn't it Oregon that that has like, isn't it psychedelics that are legal?
It's like
Portland's decriminalized.
Yeah, Portland is like a war zone. I'll tell you that much. Like literally, I was just there, God, sometime last year, and it's interesting. But I guess most of the Pacific Northwest is like that too. But I could see like one of these states, maybe it's Oregon, maybe doing that. If Canada is going to say, "Hey, we'll do it," you get data, you see what happens. Maybe Oregon says, "Hey, we'll do that down here."
Mhm.
Same thing happened with pot. I mean, they did it in Breckenridge, Colorado, like the one city. They let it go all the way down to the city decides and the judicial system. And then look where it's taken us. So,
Yeah,
I mean, they've already decriminalized it. They've allowed studying shrooms in Boulder, Colorado. So it's like,
yeah.
I bet, like you just said, it's just, let's just see what happens.
Well, what's interesting is, isn't it like you can only buy an ounce at the dispensary of pot? So, like, what is it, like a gram of a half gram? Like, what would it be?
Yeah, it says it's decriminalized adults found to be in possession of small. It didn't give an exact. It just said
so
small.
it's just
they're just
decriminalizing
it too. They're not making it recretional.
No.
Hey, yeah, Oregon. You know, who knows? Maybe there's
at that point you might get a ticket, but it's not like serious points or like you have to go in front of a judge or nothing.
Like Minnesota, you get ticketed, but we don't have it recreationally, right?
Which weed is still a Schedule I drug, which is
right. Interesting. Canada.
Elon Musk notified Tesla and SpaceX employees that they must work 40 hours a week in person today or they will be fired.
His statement was he speaking facts? Hey, you can pretend to work for someone else, like basically when talking about people who choose to work from home.
Wait, so he's saying that all employees have to go back to the office for 40 hours a week?
Yeah.
He's like, hey, you got to be back in the office.
Oh, I'd be pissed.
Right.
Dude, yeah.
I love working from home. Let me tell you.
I believe that in the like, so I'm 100% in the office, I guess, but I believe in like the fact that you can go load a laundry or do a load of laundry, switch your laundry around, whatever. You can like walk your dog in the middle of the day, things like that is definitely beneficial. That doesn't take away from actually getting your duties done, you know? So
like, I'll never forget like running around, during like a work day at the radio station. And like, if you have to like get an errand done, you know, you're so out of time. And then by the time you're back, it's like, you know, everything's closed or you don't want to get up and do anything. You were saying, Bren?
No, I was just agreeing with Alex. Like, I think if you're productive from home, why do you have to go into the office?
Right.
I've
spend so much time doing that shit.
I've never had a job in an office and I don't plan on it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like just think about how our lives and just livelihood changed just in a couple of years. My brother hates that shit because he hates the non-personalization of being at home. He wants to be in an office, and literally like once he got an office job, everyone went remote.
Yeah, I mean, I see that side of it, I guess, but I'll take the perks.
Yeah,
that's what I agree. I'd take the perks, but I am better in the office setting, and I prefer moving around a lot. So like, I don't know, it's different for me too. I prefer being in person, but I don't know. It's also like accomplishing, it feels like, because dude, the 2 or 3 weeks whenever I have work from home, I don't know how you guys do the bed to like table to kitchen to bed to table to kitchen and like
oh yeah, it's right there. I'm moving 2 feet. Yeah.
The Xbox is too tempting for me too. Maybe that's a
problem. You got to get a game in at lunch. You gotta pump out a game of MLB The Show while you're on a call.
I've got a group chat of dudes that are just like, hey, I need lunch dubs, and I'm like, not obviously, like there's a half of us that are in person and the other that
right
get it.
My vice is betting on day baseball, Dylan, and having it up while I'm working, and I'm like, shit.
You gotta have some day action.
Yeah.
And it's the worst is going to be now that all these sports are wrapping up when there's no day baseball and we're just like, what do we do till 6 p.m.?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually scaring me.
Well, speaking of work, as someone who's only been on the workforce for 2 or 3 years, this stat did not make me feel good. more than a third of Americans earning $250K or more say they are living paycheck to paycheck currently.
Well, you got to remember, like, most of those people that earn that annually also don't necessarily doesn't mean that they have to be carrying, 20K in their bank account at all times. They still might live 5K in their bank account.
And I wonder if a lot of those are people paying loans. I wonder if a lot of that is loan related, because it's like everything you're bringing in, you basically have to go out to pay off.
Just being an advocate to that, but it is scary to hear that, like, there's that many people struggling just because, their grocery bill, even if like the TV says it's 20%, it feels like it's 100% up, and whatnot.
Yeah.
I also feel like this generation is more like, I feel like our parents, everyone was like, save,
frugal,
don't have fun.
Savings account.
I'd rather spend money in
that. I agree. We were kind of talking about this off the air, was like if or maybe I was talking to it like a financial guy. Is like, that's what it was. If they canceled student debt, that'd be awesome. But knowing this generation, everyone would be like, fuck yeah, sports car. They would like spend money to like celebrate. Well, I don't have to, pay off all this shit. So why don't I just buy a second car? It's like, okay.
But the thing is here's the fault. The next step would that be a great boost to the economy? So
right. Or would that make inflation worse?
Yeah,
who
exactly.
Knows? It's a precarious thing.
I think a lot of people would start buying housing, which would even further drive up that. Oh my God, that's terrible.
Super bubble.
Yeah.
All right. Nancy Pelosi's husband was arrested for DUI.
Tough. People were like, what the fuck? This dude doesn't have someone driving him? Like, the economy's that bad?
That's a good point. The fact that he could have UberX or have one of those like special, you can pay them.
Oh, he would have security. Right. Like, yeah, for sure.
I would have a limo driving me to the grocery store.
I'm so bad at driving. If I was rich enough, I would literally never drive again.
You wouldn't even go to the grocery store. You'd have your butler go pick up groceries. Freaking I forgot what I was gonna. Oh, Dave Portnoy was saying like he's back to flying commercial like a loser. It's like everyone's just hurting.
But dude, it is like I would. That's a shame that he doesn't get a smarter decision, but hopefully he wasn't about to kill someone or something. Hopefully it was like 2 drinks or something.
Right. Yeah, no, exactly.
Dylan, I don't know if any more came from it, but Colin Kaepernick worked out with the Raiders. Did he get signed or
no? And then we got all those classic quotes. I think he could really help this team. I mean, okay, but he's not better than Derek Carr at this point. It's just he should have had a job, but now age is working against him too. It's just like, I thought I was shocked to see that. I don't know. I don't know if anything will happen from it.
How old is he? I'm trying to get the stats right. Oh, 34. So like, I mean, there's plenty of QBs that are maybe late 20s or around.
That's a good point. Like I haven't actually, that's the thing. We're all shrouded in mystery. I don't know if he stunk at the workout or, cause he's been in the league for so long. I just don't know what to expect from him at the position.
It's surprising that they're working him out. And like, isn't Baker still kind of like, what about me, dog?
Yeah, no, there's still people. And that's the thing. They've got a quarterback. So it didn't make sense, but maybe as a backup.
So apparently Biden is close on not forgiving all of student loan debt, but forgiving $10K per borrower.
Okay.
That I could get behind. That's because some people, I was having the in-laws were in town and I kind of floated this conversation out there and he's like, that would like the people that already paid him off or like that would piss them off. Well, he was like, well, then why do I have a mortgage payment? Where do we stop the forgiving? It's an interesting debate, but I'm all for it. People being in debt out of college just for trying to get an education definitely sits poorly with most people.
I don't like that argument. That's like, people are going to be pissed off if we forgive student loans. The people that already paid them off are going to be pissed off. Like, dude, who cares? Like, they're doing what's right. Like,
right, true.
Happy others.
Yeah, you should have been fucking born later and gone college.
Yeah.
Well, it's the same thing with like college athletes, and it's like Desmond Howard is like Chris Webber, all these guys who had to do everything under the table, and now it's like high school athletes are getting paid millions of dollars.
Yeah, the Texas running back signed a deal with the Texas Lambo dealership.
Yeah, that's sick.
Drive one off the lot.
I'm licking my chops. I'm gonna put my kid in the golf simulator and just like, you're gonna be an athlete. You will get an NIL deal.
You also gotta have them be socially like.
Yeah, it's the balance. You can't be
too.
Totally. You can't be, I don't want to overwork. You see all these teenagers that like these tennis stars where they just tennis their whole life. And then it's just like, they did nothing out of it. You got to have that balance. But there's too much money in athletics now. It's crazy.
Yeah. Ray Liotta died last Friday. He played.
Shocking. Did we hear how?
They just said he died in his sleep, like filming a movie. He's filming a movie in the Dominican Republic. His fiance was with him in bed. There was like no drugs or anything involved, and he just like died. But he was 67 is not that old.
No, but, right. Yeah, that was
especially if he had a career long, like, rock and roll star kind of thing.
But yeah, Goodfellas, one of the greatest movies ever. So RIP. And then my two suggestions are, so there's a documentary that came out a long time ago about it it's called The Staircase, but they made one of those like HBO shows about it, like 8-episode shows. And it's really good.
It's good.
Last night. Yeah, it's actually really good.
Kelsey loved The Staircase. I don't know if she's watched the new one, but I kind of watched. Isn't most of the first one like, I can't describe it. It was almost like they were just showing. They were showing a lot of graphics and kind of describing what happened. And I was like, oh, this is kind of boring, but I don't know.
Well, I like didn't fully know the story, and like I was like, holy fuck, this is kind of crazy. Like, I don't want to spoil anything.
Have you seen The Jinx? With Robert Durst? That's
I know what that is.
Yeah,
I need to watch
and
that.
People now pretty much knows what happened, but that was one of those crazy documentaries. And Making a Murderer is also extremely good.
And then another one like that I watched is called Candy. That's on Hulu. It's with Jessica Biel, and it's based on the true story of in the 1980s how this woman has an affair with this guy, and she ends up killing his wife, and then like get like, I mean, I don't want to spoil, but like
Candy, you said on Hulu. I've been we've mentioned on Wingin It how I watched The Sinner season 1 with Jessica Biel. I've been impressed with her choices lately, so I'm glad to hear that's good.
So it's a movie.
It's a 6-episode series, and there's like good actors in it, and she's married to Justin Timberlake, and for 2 episodes he plays this like cop in it, and you can't even really tell it's him, but it's like kind of funny that
he's a great actor. He might be one of the best, like, kind of
threat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Him or Arnold Schwarzenegger, actor, politician, person, bodybuilder.
But yeah, that's all I got.
T with Jack D selections, of course, as well. We've got the CorbettSports.com is locked and loaded. So we're going to do kind of a re-rollout video promoting what you can expect to find there. You can expect to find the selections of the week. Now we got to get to the groundbreaking. We're changing media. Nobody's doing this. It is weekly random thoughts with Alex. Nobody's doing this. So what do we got this week, Alex?
I'm now fully confused on what it is to be ratioed on Twitter. Can you guys fill me in?
I like this question because I think I have the wrong answer. So I would hope someone has the right one. I thought it was having more. I thought it was having more followers than someone, but I think that is incorrect.
That's no ratio. If someone ratios you, that means you tweet something on your own, and then someone replies to it and gets more likes on their reply than you did on the original tweet that you tweeted.
I was like fighting with some UFC just like nerd on Twitter, and I tried to call ratio, and then like thinking like my follower count, and then he goes ratio, and he got more likes than me. I just got absolutely fucking.
That's
owned.
the ultimate troll ratio.
Oh.
That's some bird shit right there.
I almost deleted my account.
Counter ratio.
I was not equipped going into that battle. I'll tell you. Hey, all right, so we're learning stuff here.
Have you guys ever ratioed anyone? Dorte, Jack? Jack's hot on Twitter.
I've tried and I have not succeeded. I've been ratioed a couple times, unfortunately.
on like big stuff too.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, Brendan knows. Yeah.
Jack tried tweeting one time that hash browns are overrated, and Evan Scales ratio.
I got fucking annihilated. Another time I tweeted that people sleep on apples, popcorn, and mustard, and someone said, "Dude, literally no one sleeps on any of these," and I got like it got like 40 favorites.
Brendan used to ratio the fuck out of department stores, or like just bait them into like total whack ass shit. All right, there we go.
Looking ahead, so I heard this term today on another podcast, but they were talking about big book, and it was this whole idea of how Wikipedia is actually like pretty good source, but everyone in the scholastics or like academia just wants to keep selling their books, and so they just keep telling like from a young age, like, hey, tell them that Wikipedia doesn't work because like we got to keep selling books. And I was like, dude, that makes perfect sense, because now that we've gotten older, Wikipedia has for sure, like, I agree, it's definitely a good place to start if you're just like trying to get, hey, what is this? I don't know.
I'm a huge Wikipedia. Remember Ask Jeeves, like simpler times back in the day. Yeah, I mean,
Yahoo have one form of that too.
Yeah, I wonder if they bought that. I'm shocked when I see bookstores that people are still doing that. I've said my thing is audiobooks now. I'm listening to the Three Ring Circus, which is about Kobe, Shaq, and the Lakers of the early 2000s, which is awesome. Yeah, I'm all about Wikipedia though. I mean, it's just the internet. But yeah, I mean, shit. Books are like shit. It's been part of our lives forever, but it's a digital society. Bang flavors. Is this energy drinks here?
Yeah, I'm about to share my screen here. This is getting out of control. Are you guys Bang fans?
I'm not.
I'm not a big energy drink guy.
I've dabbled.
I'm on my feet more throughout my like day, so like I know what we're getting into now, but I just stopped and like at the gas station, grabbed a Bang, and basically was just overwhelmed by these flavors, and I got radical skedaddle, and like I applaud the effort, but like I don't even know what that's supposed to taste like.
Dude, I'm kind of getting sick of all these different seltzer flavors too, or these mixed drink. They just give me a light beer. I mean,
you're so right. It's so annoying. Like now every gas station has to be double the size to fit every, I don't know, different seltzer.
Every brand of beer has a seltzer now. They're about to come out with like fucking Sam Adams hard seltzer.
Can we all agree that it's like just not that good? Like it's not like.
I mean, I'm all for it, but everyone I know and their mother fucking loves seltzies.
Yeah.
I think it's a nice change of pace sometimes, and I also like it like on a boat. That's my thing.
Interesting.
Yeah, and the heat. I mean, yeah, I drink them. Don't get me wrong. It's overwhelming for me.
The seltzer industry is crazy. It's like, you know, how fast it's boomed and now everyone loves them. And it started as like a summer drink and now it's just year round. Was there a reason you were into Bang? Or because I always found it interesting how the Bang CEO, like his little business plan was like hot women next to my energy drinks.
Well, and it doesn't even stop there. There's actually this long history of fake startup energy drink companies that have gotten into all sorts of action sports. So like I'm into motorsports, and like F1 has like 2 or 3, I think, and I might be mixing NASCAR and Indy in there, but like they've had these big sponsors that just are like, yeah, we're gonna drop this huge company, never drop the company, like big bankruptcy problems and stuff. But like it's wild that these companies now, I mean, like same difference. I go there and not only is there 8 different flavors of Bang, there's 8 different flavors of everything.
Companies, that's an interesting market too, because people like you see different celebrities getting into that as well.
Yeah, but no, I've got no love for Bang.
Again, this is Alex's thoughts of the week here. This next one, I did not quite understand.
Yeah, the plane. So when you guys get on the plane,
like kind of like the Notre Dame Fighting Irish tap as they're walking out to the locker room, you kind of hit it for a little good luck.
That, or if anyone's into what's the Ted Lasso, like the believe sign. Yeah, do you touch the outside of the plane before you get in?
I don't.
Yeah. No.
I actually kind of fuck with turbulence. I know some people, Brennan, don't you hate flying?
I hate turbulence.
Turbulence is fire.
I'm a little better about flying now, but turbulence still scares me. But no, I do not touch the outside of the plane.
Dude, when you're on a plane and you get that bump there, and the only feeling I have is there's nothing I can do from this point forward. There's nothing I can do. Like I'm like,
there's so many people here. I kind of think back to Lost. I'm like, what if we all got stranded together and created a tribe?
What were you gonna say though, Brian?
No, I don't touch the plane. I mean, I'm just kind of in my zone. I got my AirPods in, just listening to podcasts.
Gobble some bars.
So that's interesting because whenever I get on planes, so here's another good question. Do you also look at the pilot? I try to make eye contact with the pilot every time.
I say what's up. Yeah, I say hey. Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. Hello.
You got it going. Yeah.
Thank you for flying me.
It's more of a please.
I shake his hand. Safe. I look him dead in the eye and shake his hand. I say, please get us there safe, sir.
Hey, when can I come up there? Well, let me take it for a spin. All right, and let's get you out of here this week on Winging It with again something I'm not too sure about, but my answer in the battle is if it's Jif or GIF. I usually say Jif, like Jif peanut butter. Is that wrong?
What do I usually say? I think I say Jif too, like peanut butter. Yeah,
right.
I've said it both ways. I forgot which way is right though.
I think I've read or heard that the guy, it's meant to be said either way, but it originally was GIF, and now I'm starting to second guess myself, thinking that I called it GIF. But
I've always said GIF, and then I think what you just said, I think I heard the same thing. Like that was the way he intended it, but like GIF took over, and he honestly didn't care. So I've heard that it's like either or is acceptable.
Yeah.
But I say GIF.
That dude made bank. I don't know how it works, but like the first creator of a GIF/GIF, like that's taken over. That's how we communicate now.
Dylan, two things before we leave. 40 minutes ago, Marion Barber, you might know who that is, used to be a running back, found dead in his apartment. 38.
What?
And then
Marion Barber?
Yeah. And then are we taking the Lightning tonight or what are we on?
Yeah, I might be on the over. Is that coming up? Let me take a quick peek.
Yeah, that starts in 5 minutes.
That's crazy. I saw Marion Barber was we unfortunately have another mass shooting, which is ongoing at the moment. Don't know the details there, but it's in Tulsa. That's unfortunate. I'm also just filibustering until I pull up and make a play here on Tampa. It's not loading. How about that series though? I thought the Canes totally blew it. Damn, now the over is totally mushed. I don't know. Is it the Rangers? Maybe a no play. I don't know. Brennan got mad at me for wearing an Av shirt. He's repping the Blues, the Avs. Yeah. That's I unloaded on their future, even though it's like plus 50. June, we are a month into our partnership with My Custom Heart. Sales have been great. Let's keep them going. I saw that they put on social. They've got the new light pink rose bear. How about that? Dylan's wife got the rose bear. It's a little too common. You don't want to get the same rose bear. Don't worry. We got the light pink one there for you. You could be the first one to get that as new promo code Dylan. All right. Appreciate the fellas, and we'll talk to you next week.